freshman year is a pretty exciting year. You're starting a new life, you're out on your own, they're boobs. But as much fun as it is, the tragedy of being a freshman is that you're a freshman. And by virtue of being a freshman, you're ill-prepared for the journey that is being a freshman. It's like a greenhouse effect of awkwardness. And that's kind of what this is. It's that awkward first semester for a franchise that within 4 years would develop and blossom and mature into what we now know as Saints Row. Although, I guess, as mature as Saints Row can be.
Get out of here, puta. Not you, man. Sorry about that.
It's been about a year now since Saints Row 4, which was a pretty amazing Saints Row. To me, it was easily one of 2013's most entertaining games. That game's a parody of everything, including itself. And apart from fun, it doesn't take anything seriously, least of all itself. So playing this one in the context of that one, it definitely feels a little uptight, a little conservative somehow.
This year's election gives you the power to choose whether you want to live in a city governed by fear and ineptitude, or one where you can be safe walking home from basketball courts and young Republican meetings.
And frankly, even a little awkward. Like it wasn't quite sure what it was, or what it wanted to be. So before Saints Row switched majors and went all in on being as ridiculous as possible, the series actually started off as a comparatively tame Grand Theft Auto clone. I mean, you still play as a member of the Saints, but they're not as much fun as they'd become. You still get to explore this city and take on missions, but they're not as ridiculous as they'd become. Now, compared to GTA, Saints Row was clearly a bit more tongue-in-cheek, and it still had the wackiness and the sense of humor. It's just that now it's turned up to 11,000. So it's one of those cases where the new ones kind of make this one boring in comparison.
You ready for this, player?
Julius better knowing.
Time to step up!
Nonetheless, the basic template is still very Saints Row. Open world action game, a la GTA, combined with a sense of humor. You create your character, and within minutes, you're at the scene of a crime. Murders, explosions, gangs, racial stereotypes. Saints Row.
Wrong time, wrong place, dog.
You okay, player?
Julius, let's move.
So fortunately, the guy from the Navy commercial saves your ass. Turns out, between his commercial work, he's a member of a street gang known as the Saints. They're planning to make some waves, and he wants you to be a part of it. So grab a surfboard or a shotgun. Now, it's not that later games changed the basic formula that much, but especially here in its original form, Saints Row is really just a Grand Theft Auto alternative. You have this massive city, you have guns, you have missions, and you have cars. Or, I suppose others have cars, and you happen to be persuasive. Ergo, you have cars. And let's be honest, what all that stuff also means is you have GTA.
This is between Warren and Aisha.
So, the gameplay is obviously very familiar. Where Saints Row set out to distinguish itself is tone. Well, kind of. Again, compared to where it is now, it feels kind of tame. And this one also beats you over the head with this obnoxious hip-hop vibe. So I guess before the series committed to being the ridiculous and more fun GTA, it was this, the kind of crazy but still kind of serious hip-hop version of GTA. Unfortunately, the slightly aimless, slightly confused tone doesn't affect the gameplay. This is a really good open-world action game. And for its time, it was actually improving on some of GTA's ideas, refining them, expanding them, and the structure's interesting too. You actually have to build up your reputation before you can take on certain missions, and you do that by taking on the city's countless side missions, which means you have to explore the city. So the game kind of pushes you off the diving board, so to speak. It forces you to just jump in, which is appreciated given how much fun it is to do that in Saints Row, even back then. You know, the game's technically sound too. The art isn't really anything to marvel at, but the graphics are solid. There's some nice effects here and there. Although, again, the later titles took huge steps forward. And the sound and music are okay, but again, just a bit too serious. I mean, it's really missing the irreverence that made the later games so much fun, especially in terms of its presentation and tone.
Look, you looking for a little something? Because if so, I can let Peggy over there give you a ride. Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, I suppose with this game, it's really a matter of expectations. If you're a GTA fan who wants similar gameplay that makes improvements but doesn't stray too far from what you know, this game does that well. It's a very fun open-world action game. But if you know Saints Row from, say, Saints Row 4, this game might disappoint you a bit. I mean, Saints Row wasn't quite Saints Row yet. And to be fair, I mean, come on, think back to when you were a freshman. Saints Row for the Xbox 360.